Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is YBR Plays, and in today's video, we are going to be doing a breakdown of the new Pokemon Winds and Waves Pokemon 10 trailer. So we are posted the video on my channel. This is the video itself, so you can take a look at it. But I want to do an analysis because I'm personally disappointed. I could already kind of foreshadow what is to come, just unfortunately due to the track record of Pokemon. And I really hoped this video would have kind of taken away my doubts just simply with the game content itself, right? Whether we see a lot, I would have thought like the imagery in itself would have sold me, but we're just going to get into it, but we're going to be doing a breakdown analysis once again. So if you want to watch the full video, if you haven't seen it, it's on my channel. It's everywhere else. It's on Pokemon's channel. So take a look at it over there. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Just get into it. Headphones are on. I love this part. Nothing to do with the game. It's beautiful. Gotta wonder, does Nintendo have one of the best music crews in all of video games? Or just in general? And we get into the actual nitty-gritty. So let me go back here again. This is the first thing that I noticed. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. Look in the environment. Environment looks good, right? Just from the top, the trees, the darker textures, the lighter textures, how it reflects off the light, amazing. Bottom, terrible. I'm going to get into it. They still need to work on how the ground looks, which is almost more important because we see it most, but back end looks good. I don't know if this is a cutscene, right? And that's a whole other thing. It looks like it's an in-game cutscene, but yeah, the Pokemon is not getting me. Like, and the funny thing is too, this is a Pokemon that actually has some form of like leaves on it. And look at the leaves just right above in the top right. They have more quality than the leaves on the Pokemon. Every leaf, the Pokemon's leaves have less texture than the crappy leaves on the floor. And that I even have an issue with. And they still just can't get rocks down. I just don't know what it is. It looks like this image still hasn't rendered on the bottom end. Water's amazing. I will say the water's amazing. Mountains, at least from this distance, doesn't look as bad as I would think, but I bet once you get close to those bad boys, it's gonna start blurring out. Look, water, beautiful. Love the water. This ironically looks not bad and stuff. This here doesn't look too bad, but I bet you it's gonna have rendering issues. I promise you. Like this image there, that's not bad, but I bet you it's gonna have rendering issues. I know I sound negative, but it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. The water looks amazing. The water looks amazing. It just seems like they have this baseline level of texturing for the buildings and infrastructure, and they don't want to advance on it. We're gonna get X and Y windows, bro. That's essentially what I'm getting at. Or ZA, sorry, windows. Okay, so one thing to notice here is this is very similar to Scarlet and Violet, where it looks like the Pokemon centers are going to be just in the wild, which makes sense. ZA, we're stuck in a city, so they had to keep it in the city, but They're gonna be pit stops in the middle of the open world, from what it looks like. Which is cool. I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that. No. One thing I noticed, and I don't know if it was what do you call it in season, but I'll show you. And before I get to that, look at this. You would have thought at this point with the Switch 2, and maybe it's gonna be the next generation, the Pokemons would have personal animations that match and align either to them themselves or the environment. I don't see that. I don't see that. Obviously, they worked towards Pokemon's having some animation, but that's not enough at this point. Like this here, like it's gonna jump up like right? I bet you many Pokemon are going to do that in some fashion. It's not unique to this lady. See, same sounds since like red and blue version or green, the originals. Same sounds. No unique Pokemon sounds. And I know this is the nitpicky, but at this point, with this level of hardware, what's the excuse? And you know what else, guys? Wouldn't you think if the leaks apparently saying there was voice acting, I think they said that, wouldn't you think they'd showcase it? It's so quiet. I don't think there's a voice acting. Okay, Pikachu's lighting up, the cheeks lighting up. That's at least unique for Pikachu. He did it. That I don't like that. That looked too simple. Where's that little hit type of effect? And I know this is just one scene, but I hope it has that boosh effect. You know what I'm talking about? When you hit them from the back and it has that like pause. You know, right when you hit them from the back and it has that extra effect, maybe a higher chance of catching. I can't remember through ZA at the top of my head if the Pokeball hits the floor, but if it doesn't, sure. But this looks weird floating in the air. It looked very simplistic. It looked very simplistic. Look, it's like you could just chill in. And of course, you know, you caught it in a certain mode. I would love for it not to have that dumb, it gets aggroed. I don't like the aggro thing. The aggro thing's dumb in the ZA, where like it just out of nowhere, you have to wait a while till you can throw a Pokeball at it. I think that's stupid, especially if you weaken it to like almost death, and then you have to just go through the cycle of waiting for it to unaggro so you could throw a Pokeball at it 2-3. That's stupid. Get rid of that. Swampland. They landed the water. It's like I almost forgive them for, you know, the everything else because they probably put all the focus into the water, which is not easy. Wait, before we get to that, because I have something to say about that. See what I mean? Like, it just doesn't. It's not bad, but we keep saying it's good for Pokemon standards. I want to move from that and actually see a good game, especially since Game Freak exposed themselves to what they're actually capable of doing. So that's, I think, where a lot of people's disappointments are going to lie. And also, I was going to add that's also why they don't make good Pokemon games, because I think they don't want to raise the benchmark to a point in which they're always going to have to beat it, which is not going to align with the time frame in which they have to release these games. But let's take a look at these ugly starters. I do not like them, guys. They are... Oh my gosh, like just type in ChatGPT. Give me 3 starters, a green, orange, and a blue one. And they got this. The green one looks like something you'll see out of like, you know that game that they tried to copy Fortnite, the Battle Royale one, and when you die, you turn into chickens? You know what I'm talking about? You guys are talking about. And like it lasted for like a week. No, it's good. Looks like that. This is a Pomeranian. Okay, cute. It's a dog, but like, what the hell? The gecko's not bad, but you already did a water gecko. Why would you repeat the water gecko? And the Mudkip's kind of like a gecko. You can't think of something else. You could have just made a straight up dragon. like a dragon starter Pokemon. I don't know. That's reaching too far, but like they just this has to be AI. I promise you. I know they made 10,000 Pokemon. They're running out of ideas, but this is so uninspired. The green one. It's like they just gave up and realized no one picks the green Pokemon and said, "Fuck it. We're gonna make this mother fricker so ugly." I hope it turns into like the green grass Blaziken to save itself or something like that. This one turns into Entei, and this one, I don't know, turns into a dragon. Kind of weird cute though. Don't lie. Did you guys catch that? There's like a look at that. There's like a Pokemon in the air in the clouds. I don't know if that's like whatever you call it. They're teasing something. If that's a Pokemon we're gonna see under there, it's foreshadowing a Pokemon that's gonna be around there. I just wanted to point that out. That just can't be random unless it's AI rendered. But we could dive. We haven't been able to dive since Ruby and Sapphire. I think Omega Ruby you can dive to, right? Wow. And this is when the internet just was very disappointed, guys. 2027. You would think there's a lot of 2026. We're in the beginning of 2026. Coming out 2 years from now, basically. 2 years from now. That game, unless they're going to ever so polish what we just saw, sure. Keep it in the oven. But if not, because you know how these guys work, this game is done. They're just releasing it in that cycle because they're working on other stuff in the back end. I'm telling you. But there it is. Let me know what you think. I did my best analysis. If you pointed out or noticed something else, put it in the comments. But I'm going to buy it anyways. But I don't think it's going to be any better than Z8. Just a slight. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. There it is.